All right, quick video on this one. Marshall 2204, mid-60s, customer bought it new, has had it its entire life. Took it to a prominent shop in Nashville for service, and $260 later, yes, $260 later, and it's only been 3 months ago. Per their receipt, they replaced filter caps, tested tubes, cleaned pots and sockets. Not sure how you clean sockets, but okay. Biased new power tubes, and has parts list here, F&T caps, JJ output tubes, blah, blah, blah. $260 later, they said they biased it as well. This is 3 months ago. Customer complained again, it's cold, lifeless, distorts very early. Plate voltage, 410. Transformer shunt, plate current, 3.8 milliamps. Thought maybe that tube was open. Nope, the other one's at 4.4, 4.3 milliamps. Let's call an average of 4. 4 milliamps multiplied by 410 volts divided by 25 watts. It's currently biased at 6.56% at idle. This is not off by a decimal point, people. 6.56% at idle. I'm assuming this is what they did to bias it. They did not measure current through a cathode resistor or probe or transformer shunt. They instead just put a lead on the bias voltage, came up with 40 volts and said, yeah, 2 EL34s should be biased at negative 40 volts. That number is absolutely freaking worthless, you morons. As the reactance, impedance of the tube changes, as more or less voltage is applied, each individual tube, which is why they're matched together, in an amp with different plate voltages, with a different B plus supply, all of this changes how a tube has to be biased. I've seen these as low as 380, 390 volts, as high as almost 500 volts. That alone is going to make that number completely arbitrary. Stupid idiots. I mean, I can't say any nicer. So yeah, so if we bias this up, let's just adjust this pot here, let this catch up. Actually do math here. It's probably going to end up being around 400 volts. So 25, usually run around 55, 60%. Let's do it at 55 to start off with. So we want 13.75 watts dissipation idle. Divide that by 400 volts. So we want to see somewhere around 34 milliamps at idle per tube. Blah, blah, blah. Turn this up. Notice again the plate voltage is dropping as we pull more current through the tube. The B plus supply sags. Which again is why you can't just pick an arbitrary number. Especially on an amp like this. On a new build where the components are strict and yada yada, yes, but not on something like this where they're all over the place. So 34 milliamps on one side, the other side 33. So I'll tweak it here as I let it burn in, run a signal through it. They might even come together here somewhere in the middle, but yeah, so there you go. So now it's biased, and it should probably be just a little louder, a little cleaner, a little more dynamic.